beautiful people. Or good evening, beautiful people. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to 321 No Kiddin'. Bobby the Awesome here. It's a good Monday morning so far. I've been up and I meditated and I went for a walk and I think I'm kicking butt already. Before I read today's reading from our Body, Mind, and Spirit book from the Hazelden collection, I want to speak to, if you have a 1 day at a time book, 12-step or GA 1 day at a time book, the reading today I really liked. It's funny how life intersects with recovery. In the reading, and I'm summarizing, I guess I could read it if we want to be special about it, but it just really resonated with me. Now, mind you, I read these almost every day. One of the guys in group posts it in our little gambling community from the center. I used to be the poster, but I've been giving you guys TLC a little bit more instead, so I had to pass the torch. So this is I'm going to read it. Some people in the GA program feel they can't do the things they want to do. They doubt their own ability. But actually, every person has untapped ability. We're strong children of God, which should give us a strong clue to the infinite nature of our ability. As spiritual beings, we're unlimited. We may find it easier to accept this as true of some person who shines in a particular field. I may compare my own accomplishments with another's and feel discouraged. But this is the important part, guys. This is what I super resonated with. But the only comparison I need to make or should make is with myself. Am I a better, more productive person today? Today I pray, may I realize that I'm a child of God and his loving parent promised to give me what I need, not what I want, in his way of teaching me to be what I am, not what I dreamed I should be. As a spiritual being, I can truly become a productive person, perhaps even do some of the things I once felt unable to do without the gambler's grandiosity, which lulled me into false confidence. Today I will remember to compare me with the old me. So the reason this jumped out is in my classes, they tell us, I guess, I don't know if this comes from Dean Graziosi or Tony Robbins or whoever, but essentially the goal is to be better than the person we were yesterday. And I really appreciate that sentiment because it helps take some of my self-doubt off. I mean, here I am, I'm going to be 46 in a few weeks, and I'm in these groups with literally one of the girls in one of my classes is like, I'm going to be a millionaire by the time I'm 30. And when I hear that, I'm like, oh, am I that behind? Maybe I should just give up. What's the point? Not that for me, it's about the actual money. It's about having the money to do the dream, which the dream involves really helping people in recovery on a ginormous level. But if I heard that without knowing that it isn't a race against this 30-year-old that'll never win because I'm 16 years behind her, I'm not really behind her. I could be at the same distance, just on a different path. And that's how we can look at our peers and our family in recovery and just in our normal life, whether it's your regular day job and a career, or it's sometimes those family dynamics, right? There's usually a golden child and then maybe the black sheep. And, maybe if you felt like a black sheep, you don't have to when you have this realization. It's not about being like everybody else. It's about being who you are. And I'll tell you, and I don't know if you guys can kind of see this with us talking every day. If you take one little nugget of something and put it into action and start making it a habit, let's say it's a 1 minute meditation. 1 minute, that's it. Just sit still for a minute, think about your breathing, just Just be with yourself for 1 minute. And you do that every day, you're going to start changing your dynamic a little. And maybe you bump it up to 2 minutes, or maybe, whatever. It continues to blossom and snowball. And all of a sudden, you're further along and you can look back and go, oh, that's not who I was yesterday. That's not who I was 3 months ago, 6 months ago, a year, whatever that time frame is. We should be evolving and growing and just doing better than yesterday. So I really like that sentiment. Of course, I posted, one of the guys put, today's letter is E, and we'll talk about it tonight, but one of the fellas in the room put evolution, which ties into this exactly. And my smart ass remark, because I think I had this aha moment with my counselor last week. I was like, yeah, like I keep evolving. I'm never going to be able to date again because I just evolved my way out of these relationships. And that's okay. She was trying to frame it like I should still someday be open to that, which again, not a priority, but it's just funny that I just keep changing. It's not even necessarily the people I'm involved with. It's just where my path is going. So, and oh, by the way, the little nugget that she gave me, which was a good answer, is to basically not worry about the evolution part, just worry about appreciating and enjoying the good moments and the amazing moments as they happen. So again, that can be applied to anything, not just relationship. Like I should be excited about the little victories at my day job, for example. If I help a store get over a hurdle, or if I run a promotion and it does well, like those amazing moments, just because I think that my job is easy in the sense of getting it done because it aligns with my skill set so much, doesn't mean that I don't savor those things when they happen, those exciting things. All right, here goes today's reading from our regular book. I have to at least stay a little consistent. I just really liked those words today. Okay, so our quote comes from Soren Kierkegaard. Prayer does not change God, but changes him who prays. How often we pray for our will to be done. We pray for riches, prestige, a certain outcome in uncertain times. We pray with the idea that if we pray hard enough and in the right way, God will hear our pleas and grant our special wishes. But are these prayers any more than those of a small child who wants his or her own way, a list of requests and demands? No, that's not having an attitude on, right? Sarcasm is free here on 321, no kidding. As we pray, we need to confide in our higher power to share our concerns, worries, and joys. As we share these concerns with God, we hear ourselves with new insight. We come to realize that God has already given us all we need to be happy. We come to accept that we can let go of demands and ask instead for courage and strength. We come to realize that God has already given us all that we need to be happy. I think that, and I'm not even done with the reading, but I'm going to add, I love how I get to just make this up as I go along. I'm going to add a little here. As we pray, we need to confide in our higher power to share our concerns, worries, and joys. And maybe this is what they mean by joys, but I'm going to, again, throw in our good old gratitude. We should be thankful, even, and I know it's hard if it's something that we feel is not a favorable situation, but we still need to be grateful for every situation. We need to be grateful for the fact that we're alive to have a situation. Okay. Totally lost my spot because I had to get that in. As we spend time listening, our prayers gradually change as we change. In time, we learn not by thy will, not my will, but thy will be done. God does not change. We change. Today, I thank you for changing me through prayer. Help me to continue pray for the knowledge of your will. Okay, as the not God girl in the group who always seems to be talking about God or higher power, the way this works for me is it's the universe. My higher power is the universe. But it's just that trust and that constant knowing that I need to empty my bucket or throw the suitcase of shit off the ledge. So it doesn't matter how I release that or who I release to or what I call it. I just am grateful that I have a place to put it down or to empty it to so that it doesn't weigh me down and I can keep evolving and moving forward. So there's definitely a big evolution theme here. And like I said in the middle of the reading that I interrupted was gratitude, just gratitude, knowing we all know that we can't feel the gratitude and fear or at the same time. So if we're just grateful, we can continue to move forward and we can be grateful that we have a shot of being a better person today than we were yesterday, which is kind of cool. I know I'm not, well, first of all, I'm not a movie person, but I did see Groundhog Day, and that would make me freaking bananas. Even though it may seem like it's been Groundhog Day as long as I've been in quarantine or, you know, in working from home and in this dynamic, it's like every day, okay, I get up, I, you know, record a podcast, I do XYZ, blah, blah, blah. However, if I do my meditations and I do my journaling and I try to exercise and I talk to you and I reflect and I do all these things, even though it feels like physically I'm sitting still, mentally, I still have these gifts to evolve or at least explore evolving, right? Like maybe I don't work on those things, but I'm grateful that I always have the opportunity to. That's kind of the beauty of it. All right, my beautiful people, I'm going to go get ready for my other job. I was going to say my play job, but it's not play all the time. But it's Monday, and I'm going to go try to collect myself after a 3-day weekend. I hope that you guys did something for yourselves over the holiday weekend. Or the weekend in general, if you're not here from the U.S. Evidently, there's other holidays going on, and I don't know the deets, but like Ireland has holiday next weekend. So please, if you are from somewhere and I'm not acknowledging it correctly, please don't feel bad. It's just that I can't keep up with all the countries that are listening and all the different demographics we have here, but please know in my heart, like whatever this holiday is, for example, in Ireland, that I hope you guys have a good holiday too next weekend. So, don't be offended by me and my ignorance. But I hope everyone has a super swell day. I will be back tonight with E. I think it's, E for sure. And we will, I guess, take it from there. I hope everyone has a beautiful day. Talk to you later.